The special interview is brought to you by Piyawed Hospital.
Welcome back to Newsline. It's time now for our special interview section. And joining us in the studio today are Mr. John A. Nordman and Mr. Jean Meningo, the two top managers of Profitable Group. And they're going to be speaking to us about their interesting views on smart investment in general and the business overview of their company. Good morning and welcome to the show. It's nice to have you with us. You were with us before in an earlier interview, but you're joining us again today to give us more information about your company. Is that right?
That's right. Since we appeared last time, we've had a lot of people particularly asking about the plot side of our business.
That's good news?
Yeah, it's good news, yeah. We love it when people are interested. So, and people have been kind of asking us particularly what's the link between UK land and Asia. So we figured we'd sort of try and come on and give you a little bit of an idea about it.
Okay, so before we get into that, can you tell us more about the company now? Last time we talked about so many different divisions that you have. I remember the names are Profitable People, Profitable Land, things like that, right? What exactly are these divisions?
There are 16 divisions altogether. So we have the plot side that deals specifically with land. We have a properties division, which fairly obviously deals with properties. We have a planning division which is linked to that, so we acquire land, we plan that, and then we do the development as well. We have a portal side which is software. As you've guessed already, most of them are PP. We have a patron side which puts back into the local communities that we work in. We have a promotion side which does exhibitions and conferences and seminars. We have a people side which is our human resources software. So fairly broad and extensive set of disciplines.
Okay, so how many people do you have working for you then with 16 divisions globally?
It's just under 300 at the moment.
Really?
Which we've been in Asia now just over 4 years, so that's reasonable growth. Reasonable growth. So just under 300.
Okay, and how long has the company been up and running?
5 years. We're based in Asia. A lot of people think maybe because I'm English, we're an English company.
Right.
But my background is English, but I've lived in Asia many, many years. I'm married to an Asian, so I've lived in this area as of my partners for many years. So one of the misconceptions we get is people think we're an English company because we deal with English land, but we're actually an Asian company. Our headquarters is in Singapore, and we have 8 offices around Asia.
Does that reflect your clientele then? Does that mean that the majority of your customers are Asian?
99%. 99%. We have an office in Canada, and we deal with some UK clients, but predominantly it's Asian clients.
Okay, so your strong point is property development, so tell us more about that.
Well, we used to specialize particularly in land, and then we kind of met this young man from the Philippines who took us into a whole sort of different arena. Probably better if John tells you a little bit about how the Philippines kind of came about and how land has moved into property.
Yeah,
okay.
Let me tell you about how we started in the Philippines. I was representing a trust that has ownership to a tremendous amount of land in the Philippines. So my main responsibility was to look for investors, because for us to get the benefit out of the ownership of the land, we have to have it titled, we have to pay back taxes for so many years. So it entails a tremendous amount of money to just get the title, and so for us to be able to sell the property. So my main responsibility was to look for an investor. And so last year, the Profitable Group's advertisements were all over the place in ESPN, and so I managed to get in touch with them. And so the directors, all the directors came in, gave me an audience, and presented the opportunity. It was easy. We all knew we were going to make money. But as I started to show them the land, I think they were not ready for what they saw. Because some of the lands that we own have informal settlers in them. And these are slum area type communities in Manila. Just imagine like 1,000 families cramped in 10,000 square meters area of land. That's 1 hectare.
Oh, goodness.
And they live in the worst living conditions imaginable. Just imagine like a 30 square meter space and you cramp into it a family as big as 8. So that space functions as the kitchen, the living room, their bedroom.
30
So
meters.
30 square meters. So just the worst living conditions. And these guys, directors, working, very successful people, looking at that and just came to an awakening. This is more than just a business. We all knew we were going to make money, but we all decided right and there and then that we want to make something more than this. We want to create a legacy. We want to give something back to the community. And so that's what we did. For me, it's a very unique opportunity to work on a project, to work with a team that takes care of investors on one side and give back to the community. So that's the opportunity. We have a lot of land, and we're going to not just convert, get the title, sell this land, pay back our investors, but we're going to relocate these people. We're going to create communities, sustainable, so that these people who don't have a chance at all of owning a decent home in their lifetime, we give them that opportunity.
How do you actually do
that's
that?
Unifit Philippines.
I think that was the challenge for us because John and his trust came to us and said, we want to use this land for the benefit of the people. How can we do that? And international investors they're looking for certain things. They're looking for stability, they're looking for security, they're looking for legal structure. So we came up with this rather unique idea of taking a piece of English land, which people are familiar with, trust the legal structure, recognised internationally, anybody can own English land, sell a piece of English land, and with that money, finance the development in the Philippines. And then when the development is sold in the Philippines, we then buy back that piece of land at an agreed uplifted price. So the return is based on something that's happening in Asia, but your security is actually a piece of UK land. So that was the model we came up with, which really allowed international investors to say, yeah, I'm confident, I'm familiar with English land, I know how the system works, I know the land registry system, I get the proper title, but my returns are based on an event happening somewhere else. And that's allowed us to bring in investors from all over the world to finance some of the projects that these people want to do, which makes the investors money, which they're happy. It makes us as a company a profit, which we're happy. But as John said, it's a little bit more than that in this particular case. And now that we've shown that the model works, I think we've got an opportunity to do other projects in other parts of Asia. We're now looking in Thailand for similar places. We're looking in Malaysia. We're looking in Indonesia, for example. So the investment has been successful, but it's also done something very, very useful.
Right.
And as John says, as a business, being able to provide a mechanism which not only provides investors with a profit, but to see these people coming out of slums and going into affordable housing and changing the whole lifestyle of those people kind of is that's almost, it is worth more than the profit.
So in addition to relocating them, are you helping them to find work as well to increase their livelihood?
Well, John and his people have, these are people who've never really had anything. And a lot of people, if they suddenly have an amount of money thrown at them, would struggle. So John and his people have set up bank accounts. They've been running education classes each week to teach people how to use their money. We're currently working on a master plan for a new settlement, which will include employment. And what we're trying to do is use the other parts of our business. We have a division which deals with power. So we have wind turbines, which use the wind to create clean energy. So we're looking to set up a factory to make the wind turbines which go into the houses which provide free electricity.
Oh.
So we're trying to create employment as well as housing, and these good people are on the ground every week working with those settlers
Right.
to provide the base of education that they need to kind of adjust to this new environment they're going
Right.
to have.
It sounds like you have a very noble and worthy cause going on here. Now, tell us about the feedback from last time when you last interviewed with us. Did you get, well, you said, you know, a lot of people were asking
Yeah, we had a lot
more.
of people from Thailand came to us. We, thanks to you people, we have a lot more clients in Thailand than we used to have. We've taken on some more staff as a result. We're looking at more projects here in Thailand. We're looking at land to acquire. We didn't think we would. We didn't start out with the intention of buying Thailand particularly, but now we're looking at some interesting projects where we maybe do some developments here.
Okay.
So we've had quite a good response.
Okay. We have run out of time. I'm so sorry, but it's been a very interesting interview, and I'm sure in the future you can join us again to give us more updates on what you've been doing in the Philippines, and perhaps we'll see
Absolutely.
projects
Yeah, absolutely.
like the one in the Philippines and other Asian countries as well. So thank you again for joining us,
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Norman and Mr. Meningo.
Thank you.
Okay. And that was the end of our interview with Mr. Norman and Mr. Meningo, top managers of Profitable Group. Up next, we have the latest updates in the world of sports, so please stay tuned.